The Holy Cross football team playing arguably their toughest schedule since the 1980s. Now, Holy Cross is at BC week 2. Then they have Yale week 3, the defending Ivy League champs. They have UNH on the schedule, a perennial national power. But this isn't a challenge that the players and coaches shrink from. They welcome it.
I think we're playing every single game, for keeps, and we're playing every single game to win. There's not, there's moral victories, not necessarily for us. We want to win, but the important part is even if we won on that Sunday, it doesn't matter. Get better and move on to the next week. And I think that's the big key for us right now is that every day we start to take those steps, and then later every week we take those steps.
Yeah, it's great. You really just you can't waste a single second out here. So that's what we try to think about every day. And Coach Shenzi's really big about hammering that point. He just says, you know what the schedule is, so got to bring it every day.
We're all looking forward to it. We're not going to back down. We're just going to keep working hard every day. And as far as the fun part goes, it's going to be very fun. We all love to compete. Like I said, the coaches bring the competition aspect each and every day, and it's something that we're looking forward to.
All right, so Holy Cross will open up their season September the 1st at Colgate, and Colgate figures to be a maybe top 10 team in the country this year. New Assumption football coach Andy McKenzie was the quarterback coach and offensive coordinator at Holy Cross during some great times for the Crusaders. He was the coach and the OC for some great teams and some great players as well. They won a Patriot League championship back in 2009. But what McKenzie and his former quarterbacks remember most, not the wins and losses, but the relationships they forged during their time together.
One of the great things about this game is, we really spend an incredible amount of time with our players, from the meeting room to the practice field to the training room, academically, non-football situations where the guys are over the house for a good dinner or something like that. And you just develop a good camaraderie with the guys. You get to know each other a little bit more, and that's really what it comes down to with a great football experience. It's the relationships that we build with each other. And I'm looking back to the guys that I've coached in the past, from Don Randolph and Ryan Taggart on up to Peter Pujols. We stay in regular contact, not every day, maybe every few months or so, but it's just great to hear from them, and the things that they remember are not necessarily the touchdown throws or the wins, but the good times that we had together as a group.
All right, I'll tell you what, great players, and they all speak so highly of Coach McKenzie. Assumption opens up their season taking on Kutztown. Usually when football coaches recruit players, they envision them on the field and having an impact in 3 or 4 years. Not so at Becker, where turnover is high and guys need to play right away.
The main thing here is the turnover, high rate of turnover. We try to recruit. We recruit constantly. We try to recruit as many as we can. And we're trying to put in a system that's user-friendly to the kids so that we could get the young kids developed right away. And you just have to commit yourself that the young kids are going to have to play.
All right, so Becker will open up their season at MIT on Friday, August 31st. Former Shepherd Hill star, now BC standout Chris Lindstrom, picking up some pretty good accolades this summer. Lindstrom was named preseason All-ACC. He was also named to the Outland Trophy watch list. Now, the Outland Trophy is given to the best lineman in the country, the best lineman, offense or defense. Now, Lindstrom says he appreciates the recognition, but he's just focused on helping the Eagles win.
It's a great honor to be recognized for those things, but you just got to come in every day working on getting better and how I can improve my game to help the team win. And so the more we win, the individual accolades come, but just looking forward to a great team year and trying to win an ACC championship.
For him, I tell him, you haven't arrived yet. You have to play like you did as a freshman with a chip on your shoulder, that you're going to prove people wrong. And if you start to be content, then you're not going to be the Chris Lindstrom that you can be. So for him, I tell him, your maximum potential is still out there to reach. So I try to motivate him in that way and tell him, you can't look at that stuff. You can't look at All ACC till after the season. That's your goal, to be All ACC after the season.
All right, so Boston College opens up their season September 1st, taking on UMass, and then they take on Holy Cross on September 8th, the next week. Chris Lindstrom, though, NFL prospect. Kendrick Ball Jr. lost his last fight, so he's really looking forward to his bout this Friday at the Palladium. He's been working on using his length and his jab.
Since, me taking my last fight, took my first loss, I learned, I don't want to get hit no more. So now I've been working on staying away, using my jab, keeping my distance, and just trying not to get hit.
This training camp's been going really well. We've been working on using his distance, speed on his punches, and getting a little bit more aggressive in the beginning.
All right, so Kendrick Ball Jr. on the card this Friday night at the Palladium. Jose Rivera, three-time world champ, makes his return to the ring as well. It's a great card, going to be a great night of boxing. Tickets are still available. Palladium this Friday night will be the place to be. It's going to be a good fight night.
Very exciting. Well, that's going to do it for us here on Worcester News Tonight. For Kevin Shea, I'm Anna Botari. We'll see you back here tomorrow.